Like, I have a right to love a minor. Like, bro, that shit's never gonna fly, bro.
Well, have you heard of NAMBLA?
No.
So this is the wildest part, bro. Is I'm gonna guess I'll fucking put it in my search history, but it's called NAMBLA. It's the North American Man Love Boy Association. North American Man Boy, yep. NAMBLA, and it's a group that advocates. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to share this here. Share this tab instead.
Come on, knock it off.
Oh, bro, this is look. Boom. This is the wiki, but they have their own website and shit. So this is the North American Man Boy Love Association, and it is an unincorporated association. The focus is on pedophilia and pedastry activism. Location, New York City and San Francisco. Their method is by removing age of consent laws. So, the North American Man Boy Love Association is a P3DO and pedastry advocacy organization in the United States. It works to abolish age of consent laws, criminalizing sexual involvement with minors, and campaigns for the release of men who have been jailed for sexual contacts with minors that did not involve what it considers coercion. The group no longer holds regular national meetings, and as of the late 1990s, to avoid local police infiltration. Imagine that. You don't even want to be infiltrated by the police. The organization discouraged the formation of local chapters. Shout out to Johanna. What up? What's good?
So,
around 1995, an undercover detective discovered there were 1,100 people on the organization's rolls. So imagine that there's 1,100 people that were supporting this movement to remove age of consent laws, right? So, and it was active until the 1990s.
they're still active.
Listen, no, there's no question they're still active. But this is the fucking wild part about society is that people can advocate for this shit. There is somebody out there lobbying to make the age of consent lower, which is insane. But again, this goes back to what everybody's always known. Like if that was like Roman shit, Greek shit, like the Vatican's doing it. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. It's wild, bro.
Yeah.
But fuck all that shit. We kind of got off track. Back to the Pope, though, because we were talking, for anybody just tuning in with us right now, shout out to you guys. We appreciate you. But we're talking about Pope Francis and then the prediction made by Nostradamus. But in the interim, I Googled Peter the Roman because he is involved in the, what's it called here? The prediction. But this is what came up, right? So when I put in Peter the Roman, we got the prophecy of the popes, right? So the prophecy of the popes is a series of 112 short cryptic phrases in Latin which purport to predict the Catholic popes, beginning with Celestine II. It was first published in 1595 by Benedict monk Arnold, who, let's see here. Let's go to the Wikipedia. Whoa. But it was supposed to, where is it here? Oh, there it is. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so here we go. So in a series of 112 short cryptic phrases in Latin, which purport to predict the Catholic popes, along with a few anti-popes, which we'll get into that in a minute, beginning with Celestine II. It was first published in 1595 by Benedictine monk Arnold Wion, who attributed the prophecy to Saint Malachi, a 12th century archbishop of Armagh, something like that. Given the accurate descriptions of popes up to around 1590, the lack of accuracy for the popes that follow, historians generally conclude that the alleged prophecy is a pseudo-depigraphic fabrication written shortly before fabrication. But the Catholic Church has no official stance, although some Catholic theologians have dismissed it as forgery. The prophecy concludes with a pope identified as Peter the Roman, whose pontificate will allegedly precede the destruction of the city of Rome. So that's an entirely different. I mean, if he got a hold of Nostradamus's prediction, it was around the same time, right? Nostradamus's shit was around 1500 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then here we are. We got a whole nother Benedictine monk saying that Peter the Roman will allegedly precede the destruction of the city of Rome. What happens, bro? What happens if Peter the Roman gets fucking elected pope, bro?
Man, that shouldn't be crazy. I think he is. Gotta find him. I was looking for him too. He thinks
Pope Conclave. I guess I'll put a punch in those keywords. Yeah, I can't find anything about Peter yet.
I want to say it's dude from Roman.
Yeah, he might not even have that name. They changed their name too when they become
changed
pope.
Their names.
They take a biblical name or something like that, right?
They do. Yeah, I'm not gonna be find that shit. Yeah. Shout out everybody now. Everybody hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, 25. Got 20 on X. Shout out to X. 4 on Facebook, 1 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube, and then over on Instagram, we see Maisie's Garden tapped in. Shout out to Caleb.
Maisie.
And, go check out Maisie's Garden. And if you guys didn't see it before, go check out Heathen Hatchery. That's our homeboy Brian down in Florida. He raises reptiles, and we often share his podcast as well. And Maisie's Garden out there giving the daily tarot readings and the daily the stuff, the good stuff. So check them out. Everybody a part of the team. And yeah, man, we appreciate everybody that comes and hangs out with us. All right, so let's jump into the just to conclude the Pope shit. We will follow Conclave. It is coming up, so we will be following the series. This is a historical moment in history for the new Pope, and especially with some weirdo predictions like that, we want to keep an eye on it to see who gets elected, and if maybe they pick the name Peter, Pope Peter, Pete, PD, and then we'll see what happens in terms of the world ending. They've been telling us that for a long time, so. But let's jump into the UFO stuff, bro. So we Lue Elizondo, I guess we'll start there. This dumb ass dude, like, I like Lue Elizondo, but apparently, for anybody that doesn't know, there was a UAP hearing. I missed it. I didn't see anything about it. It happened at 2:00 in the afternoon, Irv?
2:00 in the afternoon.
Right. I can't find anything about it. Irv's got some clips, but essentially Lue Elizondo goes out there and holds up this photo, right, of an alleged alien craft, flying saucer. Do you have the photo, Irv?
I do.
Let's throw that out there. Let's see what everybody thinks of this. Now, when we put this up there, we're not going to tell you what it is, right? Just, is it real? Is it fake? Comment in the comments.
Let us know.
And then I'm going to tell you what it is. So this photo, Lue Elizondo, who has been at the forefront of the UAP disclosure, brought this photo into Congress, right? That's the context of it, Irv?
That's it.
All right. So what do you guys think? Drop us a comment. Real or fake? Look, I don't know if you can zoom in on that, Irv, at all, but
this was given to him by airplane pilot. Handed it to him maybe an hour before the hearing, so it wasn't vetted.
Wild. So naturally, the internet, we can always rely on the internet to go through and prove when someone's friggin' lying, right? Lue Elizondo made a big mistake in putting this photo up. Someone on X or Reddit or something like that goes and finds the actual photo of this, like exact photo. It lines up perfectly. There ain't no saucer. You know what I mean? And it's like almost photoshopped in there. And it's proven to be a fake, right? Now, this story makes national headlines all over the fucking place, right? Like I saw everybody reporting it. New York Post, Time, what is it there? The New York Times, fucking just everybody reporting this shit. Turns out it's fake, right? This is a big deal for me, at least, in terms of trusting these cats with disclosure. And part of our headline or our title tonight is the disclosure infighting. Right now, it feels like a bunch of little bitches fighting over views. To me, what do you think, Irv?
Yeah, there's a lot of ego in there. I mean, I tap out a lot because it's just a lot of me shit when it really it should be let's get the information out, let's rock it. And it's just a lot of intelligence dudes in there, ex-intelligence dudes. Like they're shifty, they're shady, they use coercion. Like, can you really trust these guys? So it's a lot of disinformation too. We like take a step forward, go right back. Like this shit throws us back again. But there's just a lot of shit happening. A lot of shit happened last week that is really just driving it home. So I think the UFO communities is just gonna, start discarding people, man. Like your credibility will be shot.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because in Lou's case, this is twice now. This is twice that he got caught with some funky shit.
Twice. Yep.
And like you said, there was a couple big things that happened last week. So we had that happen, but then we also had the Joe Rogan Hal Putoff episode come out, which was super interesting. Go check that shit out. But then we also had Corbell and George Knapp drop the Immaculate Conception whistleblower. So like we were kind of talking about the other day, and like you just mentioned, is instead of the priority of being just get the information out, we're seeing these different sides. Like, oh wait, we're gonna sabotage his shit by dropping our shit. We're gonna sabotage his shit by dropping our shit, and it sucks for the culture, and it sucks for history, and it sucks for disclosure because you have so many people with information that are just now gatekeeping. So it's tough because, like, especially Lue Elizondo, as we talked about before on the podcast, homeboy was involved in torturing motherfuckers on Guantanamo Bay. And I'm not saying that makes you the worst person, but it makes you a person that is willing to torture someone. And and telepathically, no less. It was like some remote viewing shit. It wasn't even like it was like astral projection or something. Like they were making these cats feel like cats were climbing inside of them. You know,
angel seeing the angel of death too.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, how do you even manifest that? You know what I mean?
Like, manifest that, bro. That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, and then they talk. You know, it's like it's all mixing too. Like cats are like it's angels, demons, it's interdimensionals. Like it's the Greek gods. Like I'm like Greek gods now. Like Zeus could be real, Poseidon and these cats. I'm like this shit's just getting so wild, bro. Like all right, bro, it could be anything. I mean, at this point, like who the fuck knows? Thor might come down, like hop out of a ship. Like it's just some wild. It's so wild now.
Imagine we just lived in like a comic book. You know, it's like,
saying that shit.
It's fucking insane,
right? Like yeah.
Well, but it is kind of indicative though, because like they keep, you know, especially with Hollywood and how it indoctrinates us and shit. You know, it's like you never know. George, what up? You know, so for me, it's dude, that's the one thing about the internet that like, all right, let's kind of keep it, you know, it could be Greek, it could be Greek gods, it could be fucking, could be Zeus, could be anybody, but at the same time, bro, like it could be a Viamana, dude. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, but it sucks because these cats, though, instead of being like, okay, let's all get on the same page, let's all work together. Instead, it's like this fucking constant battle, bro. It's just like we can't get information. And then when Lue Elizondo, and I feel like he's the one that got caught up. Like he knew they were all dropping their shit and was like, yo, I got to get out in front and say, yo, look at this. See this UFO? While Hal Puthoff is on Rogan talking about fucking, we got over 10 crash ships. They were all donations.
Yo, see if you could find that list of technologies that we had too. Like, we have cold fusion, we got wormholes, we got like
so essentially what he did was Hal Puthoff allegedly tasked 67 major corporations with technology, aerospace, you know, all the good stuff, and was like, where will your shit be in 50 years? You know, and this was back probably in the late 70s or 80s. And he tasked them with like, what's your technology going to look like in 50 years? Right. And that's what he was saying is that they would have stargates, wormholes, cold fusion, there was some other really big ones too. 0 point, you know, like gravity manipulation. There was a lot of different ones, but he's on Rogan talking about that shit. And everybody's like, and here's Lue Elizondo with his feelings hurt trying to put out a fake picture. That's how it comes off to me.
I agree.
You know, and Hal validated him. Hal validated him and said, like, oh, Lue's really involved. You know, same thing with DeLonge and everybody else, except Greer. Everybody shuns Greer, but yeah, I'll see if I can find the list because I know Jamie pulled it up on the podcast. Let me see if I can figure it out. Hal Puthoff. How's everybody doing out there tonight? We got 34 with us tonight. Hal Puthoff.
Shout out to Rumble. We got 5 on Rumble too.
What up, Rumble? Tech list. Let's see what we got. I just put in a bunch of fucking weird. Oh, come on. There's no way. Not many results. Yeah, it's crazy because I might be able to find a clip. Let me see if I can find a clip of him on Rogan.
That'll be definitely dope to share because that's some badass stuff, man. Like, we could get off this fossil fuel bullshit, get rid of some of these high ass power bills, man.
Oh, I know, and it's going up even more now. Let's see. I'll put a bunch of clips for him, but not really. Rogan. Let me put Stargate.
Where's everybody tapping in tonight from? We're in upstate New York. Leave us a message. Let us know where you're watching from tonight.
Let's see here. George says, "How you doing, cuz?" What up, Brody? Yeah, chilling, man. Doing our thing, hanging in there, working, staying alive. Then he said, "Irv, how you doing?"
Burn. What up, George? When you coming to burn, Mechanicville?
Yeah, buddy. Let's see here. So I got this clip. This is like a 10-minute clip, but we'll see. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me go back.
It's a cute puppy, George. It's a cute puppy in that pic, man.
Remote viewing. It's weird, bro, because there's like so many good clips too. Like they got the clip of the levitating saints. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this is it.
On the UFO base on Earth.
Can you hear that, Earth?
This is during the remote viewing era, and oh my God, I've got to report this to my CIA contract monitor. Do I want to tell him that? And so I did, and one of the places he came up with but one of the places he came up with was Mount Zeal in Australia. And so my CIA contract monitor says, "Well, I know the station keeper, CIA station keeper out in Australia. I think I'll call him and I won't tell him why I'm asking, but I'll ask him about Mount Zeal area." So he gave him a call and he said, "I'd like to ask you about that Mount Zeal area." He says, "Oh, you mean where the UFOs are always flying around?" Whoa. So I thought, oh, gee, these craft, which in the old days, farmer in the fields, that someone was streaking across the sky and, I don't know what to think, you could sort of blow it off. But because our own detection equipment has really marched up into unbelievable sophistication. And so now we have these really advanced sensor systems, FLIR, forward-looking infrared radar, high-quality radars, satellites. Ratcliffe has admitted that satellites have picked up evidence of these craft, and these craft have interfered with military exercises, as we all know from say the Nimitz and the Gimbal and the Go Fast videos that made it out into the public in 2017. So it's really out there now at this point that there's a reality here, and so that's where we are at this point.
Well, one more.
This stuff is just way beyond our physics, of course, to a physics nerd like me. So yeah, now wait a minute. If it's real,
negative
it's
energy,
so, right? It can't be beyond our.
It's beyond our understanding.
But it's beyond our engineering. So in fact, in that series of papers I showed you, that the 38 papers, by the way, there's a little side story there. It's interesting. And those 38 papers were then posted. None of these people who generated those papers had any idea it had to do with ETs or UFOs or whatever. They all went up on what's called the JWIC server. It's a classified server for the Pentagon, and intelligence officers and aerospace contractors, could get access, but nobody in the public could. And usually those things go up and they're up for, a little while and a month or so, and they take them down. This was such a popular set, this 38 papers, such a popular set, that everybody screamed every time they tried to take it down. And so it was posted there, like forever. But eventually, through Freedom of Information Act and so on, most of those papers have been released. And I was concerned that, oh my God, these guys are all going to call me up and say, what? You didn't tell me this had anything to do with ETs or UFOs? But actually, nobody seemed to not complain about it. So as far as where they come from or what they're doing here, I myself have written a paper called Extraterrestrials, where I try to cover the gamut. And I cover everything. Yeah, they could be spacecraft from some other galaxy whipping through here. Or maybe there's some Atlanteans left over from eons ago, and they're just kind of hiding out in the seabed or in some mountain range someplace. Or maybe some ET group showed up here 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, and they're hiding out with some bases locally and so on. And of course, we have a fellow by the name of a professor by the name of Masters who thinks that, well, maybe it's time travelers from the future coming back. And then there's the whole idea, since physicists like to talk about additional dimensions, maybe they come from another. So anyway, then in my Ultraterrestrials paper, I list everyone I can think of and say, we should be exploring all of these. So at this point, I would say we know it's NHI, non-human intelligence, but it's not clear what the source is. Maybe at a higher level of classification than I had access to, and maybe it's known. But right now, I'd say we don't.
Do you have a suspicion?
I guess my suspicion that it's likely non-human intelligence from some other galaxy or far out in our own galaxy that have come here, but some time back, and that there are stations here at this point.
Well, that was that disclosure documentary that I saw you in as well, that appeared at South by Southwest, which was excellent. What is it called?
It's called The Age of Disclosure.
Amazing documentary.
It's amazing documentary.
Really hope that gets released somewhere big, like Netflix or something like that. So people can see
I
it.
think
we gotta watch. We gotta break that down. We gotta live stream that one of these days. The Age of Disclosure. So basically, what Homeboy is saying is he thinks that we still don't fucking know what these are. This guy's been in the game. This is how put off since the onset of the UAP shit. And they're still saying we have no idea what it is. It's a non-human intelligence. Now, Irv, you said that you had those remote viewing papers, the CIA papers. So there were some CIA papers that just dropped recently about remote viewing, where they had found alleged bases of extraterrestrials. And on it, there was, I believe, Alaska, Mount Hayes in Alaska, Titan, which is Saturn's moon, and then somewhere in either South America or Africa, I believe they said. Shout out to Paige, tapping in on Instagram. What up, Paige? Pretty P dot. Yeah. Now I gotta find a clip. I gotta find a clip of him talking about the what's it called there? The companies.
Oh, the companies who are working on that tech. Say. I can just do it straight to it. My bad.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. All right, so here's the documents. This was approved for release in looks like 2000? 8/10/2000. Yeah. So this is a document with the viewpoint, and there was associated documents with this, with drawings and shit like that as well. If anybody wants to find those, you can get those on our page, or they're all over X as well. But this was a remote viewer who was tasked with finding personnel associated ET bases. So, as it reads, so far have run into 3 types of entities associated with bases of various locations within the solar system. Titan base, all personnel at this base observed at this base on 20th of November 1986 appeared to be no different than native Earthlings. There were 2 male technician types sitting at a control panel of some kind. Behind them stood an attractive female with brown shoulder-length hair, wearing a pale green lab coat or smock. She appeared to be in some sort of supervisory role. Now, Titan is one of Saturn's moons, right? So Saturn is one of the planets in our solar system, but Saturn has a bunch of moons, and Titan is the biggest one, as far as I know. Then there's Mount Hayes. Mount Hayes is a mountain in Alaska. Mount Hayes, there appeared to be 2 types of entities associated with this site. The 2 entities looked outside of the structure, were accomplishing some sort of routine task. Unable to make contact with them or gain information of any sort, inside the structure were 2 entities, one sitting at some sort of circular console with a round screen-like object. The other was busy doing something in the background. The entity at the console appeared to be human in form, but lacked definitive facial features. He seemed friendly enough and invited me to observe the actions at the console. And then South America or Africa, they couldn't pinpoint which one, but this appeared to be 2 types of entities associated with this site also. The first had a very large, round-shaped head on a slender neck, very unhuman in appearance, almost robot-like. Unable to make any contact with this being, the other entity was almost human-like in appearance. His face was devoid of any hair. His complexion was very pale. Facial features were very indistinct, with the exception of a slender nose. This entity seemed friendly enough in appearance, and then I can't see the rest. But it's just going to show you that there has been a lot of experimentation, especially with remote viewing, which the government has put a lot of money into, right? Right, Irv? Like, they've spent millions of dollars, decades of time, and it's had real world usage. What's big about this is that now they're starting to release information regarding the types of entities that everybody has allegedly seen. Now, in the hearing, Irv, wasn't there like 4 different types disclosed in that hearing as well?
Yeah, Dr. Eric Davis spoke of 4 entities that are prevalent. Experiencers see, and this was a AI rendering of what Dr. Eric Davis he's been in the business for a long time as well. Is well respected. But this is what he explained to Congress on the type of non-human intelligence. Just a subset of them. The grays, far left. No really reproductive parts. Large heads, large eyes. On the blue suit, you have the Nordics. Blonde hair, somewhat Aryan race, tall. Slender, well built. Reptilians. I guess reptilians are supposed to be, a little vicious. And insectoids, like the praying mantis types. I mean, I would, bro, if you woke up, I mean, the Nordics, I'll get to scrapping with, but if I woke up and I saw a gray, a reptilian or insectoid, bro, I'm paralyzed, bro. I'm just like, what the fuck?
What do you do?
What do you do, bro?
What do you do in that situation, right? So, like, and again, these are pretty notable people dropping this information. So this information was released in front of Congress the other day with Lue Elizondo's fake photo. Lue didn't bring this information, so let's just not tie him to that. But at the same time, it's kind of curious that we're now starting to get descriptions. And there was like a high-level CIA guy that came out and was talking about the insectoids as well. And reptilians have all, like, in my opinion, like I'm always referencing the reptilian shapeshifters, you know what I mean? Because they've been such a part of our culture and Mesoamerican culture, ancient Indian culture, the dragons and the Naga and the Dogon, you know what I mean? Like all of these fucking people said there were reptilians here. And then the Nordics are just kind of the head of all of them.
Yeah.
Which I was trying to find the Billy Corgan. I'm going to see if I can find the Billy Corgan shit with his when he
shapeshifter
witnessed the shapeshifter.
A lot of this shit, bro. Like, if the universe, which I believe it is teeming with life, man. You know, my AI experiments I do with the life forms, like they can exist, man. Just different, come from different zones. Like really just got to take the limits off the mind, man. And what is possible is possible.
Yeah. And I think it's wild too, because I think with remote viewing, it's a fun way to, I guess, get into that ESP type level stuff, where like you said, we have to take the limitations off of our brain. And what Irv means by that is just like, we've all been indoctrinated to believe certain things. We have been indoctrinated to believe in religion, in money and fame, and just wild shit. We have never really been taught how to like open our chakras, touch base with the gods. You know what I mean? Meditate. Like it's never been a prevalent thing in our society to get in touch with that spiritual realm. You know what I mean? But this is the Billy Corgan talking about let's see here, his experience with a shapeshifter, which is fucking crazy. So let's see here. Start it over. We also posted this on our shit too. Full screen. Where's our sound? That should be good. Let's check it out.
Transformation that I say I was with somebody once and I saw a transformation that I can't explain.
The person transformed into something other than human.
Yes, I saw it.
You were talking to someone. They said to you, look, something's going to happen here.
Mhm.
I'm going to morph into something else.
Imagine you're doing something and suddenly you turn around and there's somebody else standing there.
You still standing by it?
Absolutely. I know it happened. In fact, it happened twice. And on top of that, what's amazing is we live in a world where, look, I've been in public life on some level for 30 years.
Yep.
People treat it as if I'm
crazy. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm here to say, like, now maybe I had a hallucination, but I saw what I saw.
Right. You saw it. It's your reality.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, to question somebody's reality is a strange thing.
The second time you saw a shapeshifter, where were you? Probably at Darcy's house.
It was the same. It was the same person.
Oh, it was.
This happened with the same person twice.
Billy, when will you announce who this person is so I can investigate? Seriously.
I wouldn't name names.
But it's a famous person, right?
I wish it was somebody famous.
Yeah, because then that would be awesome.
Well, think of the book sale.
It was like Justin Bieber.
If you release their name, they will be famous. They're shapeshifters.
You in private.
Go ahead.
Story. Could you keep my confidence?
Yes.
All right.
Now, here's the good thing about telling me something. Within a minute, I forget because I think everything is nonsense.
I will tell you the story.
You will.
Yeah. And I will say.
Go ahead.
Since we're on radio.
Thank you.
That the story is even more fantastical than you think.
Wow.
Can you give us something?
The person was naked.
Wait a second. Were you in bed with the shapeshifter? Were you making love?
I'll tell you in confidence.
Holy mackerel.
Oh. Now, what's interesting about that is there's a lot of stories of people saying that they've had intercourse with somebody and they've changed physically during intercourse. And like there was a chick that said she was like waiting for a reptilian to come back to her. Had to go back to the Draco system.
I remember that. I remember it, Shorty. It's like he's gonna return and give me a baby.
Homie beat it. Homie skated. But this is interesting because with now the official narrative starting to give us like the idea of these different types, and I'm just gonna you just took it down again. But these different types of extraterrestrials is again the grays are kind of like the probers, we're gonna come abduct you type shit. There it is. Yep. And they're like the cats that are like more I guess they're biological entities, but they're more drone-ish in a sense. And then the insectoids is a new one in recent years. Like these three right here, the Nordics, the reptilians, and the grays have always been kind of consistent. But now the insectoid, bro. 9 foot tall praying mantis looking motherfucker.
Yeah. I think we watched something, right? Was it one of the CIA guys that had the insectoids?
Yeah.
It was like
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, we'll have to find that. But yeah, he's like, is this thing just gonna chew my head clean off, like with those at the mandibles?
Yeah. Well, it said it paralyzed him too.
Yeah.
So like just by looking at him, like and who knows if that's like I guess a symptom of the fear. Like you said, what do you do in that situation? Like are you can you believe your own eyes? Can you can you actually have some sort of semblance of what the fuck is going on in that moment?
I probably think you were dreaming, bro. You'd be like, this shit ain't real. Wake me up.
I am high as fuck.
Call the fucking Orkin man.
Yeah. Well, that's another interesting aspect of it too, is like how to like, all right, so we're human beings, right? And obviously in this case, we'd be the most closest to the Nordics, right? Like, but how do like the insectoids feel about fucking bug zappers out here? Or like, or are bugs extraterrestrial in a sense? Like, think of like a mosquito or like a bug. I just saw a caterpillar the other day. I think it's actually on our X shit that turns himself into like a reptile, but not really, but in like the face of predators and shit.
Oh no, I totally believe it, bro. You ever have like whether it's a dragonfly, some type of fly that just hovers, they're like by your face, just like observing you, bro. I'm like, could this shit be a little drone? Like, could it be its own entity? Like, why the fuck are you grilling me, bro? like
Yeah,
it's just strange. It's a micro world.
No, it really is. And it's insane, bro, because when you look at like shit like this, ready, look at this fucking thing. This thing definitely doesn't look like it belongs on this fucking planet.
I've finally found a caterpillar that I've been wanting to meet for a long time.
Caterpillar.
This is the best caterpillar in the world. Kind of looks like a dead stick. Until you annoy him.
What?
He turns into a perfect little viper. Thrashes around
Fucking caterpillar.
He puffs up those eyes. They fill with air. They've even got the white spots that look like reflections in the eyes. And people are scared of these around here. You can see why, but it's...
Yo, that's crazy.
He's upside down.
Isn't that insane, bro?
That's crazy. That's that's dope technology, bro. It's biology, but it's technology.
No, that's tech, bro.
Yeah.
You want to stay alive. That's tech. But that's just going to show insects. What about like octopus, bro? Like octopus are incredible creatures, and like me personally, like I would almost classify the depths of our oceans as another planet, in a sense.
Oh, most definitely.
It's on the same planet, but different planet.
Fine, yeah, it's definitely a foreign. That's what I mean. We're like, oh, Earth is all Earth. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of shit. Well, there's different biomes, man, all over the place. Yeah. All over the place.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. It's insane, bro. Like the world, the reality we live in. Like what we get to see, you know, like in terms of nature, in terms of space, in terms of information, like, you know, even the AI shit. We had a conversation today about the AI, how that's moving and how it's getting just uber weird. You know, it's like shit is getting crazy out here. Yeah, let's see who we got with us. We got 33 people with us. At least on let me see here. I gotta check Instagram too because I got them open. But we had 4 on Instagram. I don't know how many we got now, but so we have 27 on X, 3 on Facebook, 1 on Twitch, 2 on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. When you wanna spin the wheel, Irv?
Oh, let's get it going. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Again, another disclosure. So we're doing a giveaway. It is a $100 Amazon gift card and a Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast hoodie. For months now, we've been putting out announcements for everybody to make their friggin' YouTube profile or subscriptions public, right? Because if we can't see you, we can't add you to the wheel. So we're about 300 people short of the wheel. So if you get a chance, make sure your shit's public. The next time around, we'll get you in the next wheel and the next giveaway. But let's see. Let's share it. Let's share the screen here.
Bro.
And we got the wheel of names. Wait, where'd we go here? There it is. All right. So I do gotta fucking do this. Wait a second here. What is going on here? I'm just trying to get it on 2 separate screens so I can actually fucking hit the spin button. and see it. All right, here we go. This is for all the friggin' marbles. Imagine it landed on you.
Shit's rigged.
All right. The winner of a $100 Amazon gift card and a Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast hoodie is Dan Fenelon. I hope I'm not butchering in that, but we will get up with you, Dan, as soon as possible. And we'll try to shoot your channel a message or something like that and try to get in touch with you. And unless you're watching, leave a comment and we'll get closed up with you. But thank you for everyone who participated and everybody that continues to support the podcast. We want to continue to keep doing giveaways, and the bigger we grow, the better the giveaways will be. And yeah, shout out to Dan Fenelon for winning this first giveaway, or technically our second giveaway. And we'll get in touch with you ASAP.
Congrats, man.
Hell yeah. Thanks for supporting us.
Nonsensical Knowledge will.
I know. There we go. So it's a wrap. You know, and we'll start the next one. Our next giveaway will probably be at 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys know anybody, make sure you hit the share button. Send out invites. We appreciate you guys. We all know some fucking weirdo out there that loves to talk about this shit and loves to be in it. We have a bunch of cool guests coming up, and obviously the studio thing. Yeah, the future's looking fucking great.
Let's go.
You got anything else for these guys, Irv?
Nah, man. Thanks for hanging out. As always. It's always fun. What episode?
Really
we're 89?
This is 89.
90 is gonna be nice too.
90 episodes, bro.
90 episodes, man.
90.
Shout out to you and the team, man. This is awesome. Appreciate loving the growth and you know, putting it together, man. This is awesome. We got a lot of guests coming up. Also, if you guys have ideas for, you know, things to talk about on the show, we're always willing. Or if you have ideas for guests, hit us up on one of the platforms or text us, whatever. But you're a part of this too, so
yeah. If you got a cool story,
don't be shy. Yeah, cool story.
Yeah. You got a cool story. You got some life experiences you want to talk about. And we don't want, again, we'll talk about anything, bro. We don't have to, it doesn't have to be aliens. It doesn't have to be fucking conspiracies. It could be life shit. And we appreciate, like Irv said, it doesn't happen without you cats, you know. And we appreciate you guys. And we're looking forward to episode number 90. And we'll probably be back sometime next week. And we'll see you guys then.
Peace
out.